I am heading out to pick up some plywood for the van build. And today is day 33 of our DIY Sprinter van build. And yesterday we received our new solar panels, these three, not this box. We went with a brand called New Power. These are 250 watts each, 3 of them. And an update from what I was talking about yesterday, we might end up getting the roof rack. So we're in talks with the company that makes it. I think they're gonna send it to us. So we'll see if that actually happens. If it does, and I can fit another one up there, I'm gonna order one more. But I'm gonna head out to pick up the wood. First, I'm gonna check out the lumber yard. Not a lumber yard. It's a building supply store that the guy from yesterday told me to check out. Pretty close to here. If they have it, great. If they don't, I'm just gonna go pick up some plywood from Home Depot or Lowe's. And I put some thoughts last night, on the revised version of how this build is gonna be, the components of it. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about it later. It looks like they might be closed. This is where they're supposed to be. That's their sign right there in the corner. But yeah, their gate is not open, so I think that's why their phone number wasn't working. I don't think they are a business anymore. All right, I'm gonna head over to Home Depot then. Yeah, it's pretty hard to track down this Baltic birch that I want to get for building the cabinets, but it is what it is. I will just get whatever is available at the Home Depot. Let's see if they have what I want first. If they do, then I will come back for the cart. Over here, they have the red oak, maple. What's down here? I think they're the same. I think these two are the same. See if they have anything else. Radiata pine. They definitely have a little bit more options than Lowe's, seems. Sand ply. Let me check with ChatGPT to see if there's any of these are good for cabinetry building. They do have birch plywood as well, which is good. So based on my research with ChatGPT, the options they have here in Home Depot, you got the birch, you got the radiata pine, is how you pronounce it, and sand. These are the 3 options. So birch is gonna be the heaviest, but the strongest. Radia pine is the lightest, softest, so it's not as durable. And then in between is sand, S-A-N-D-E. So I might go with sand just because it's a little bit lighter, which is what we want in a van build, and it's strong enough to kind of hold up with the movements of the van. Let me get a cart and my gloves, and we'll pick up some plywood. Just making sure these boards are not too dinged up. So I've been standing here for more than half an hour trying to calculate exactly how many sheets of what plywood I need to get. And it looks like I need 8 of the 3/4, 8, 9 of the half, 5 of the 1/8, and 2 of the 1/4. And it looks like they don't have everything in stock here, especially the 3/4 one. They have like 2 of this, 3 of those. So I'm not really getting a full set of everything that I need. What I'm thinking is I'm just gonna order it on their app, maybe do a delivery or a pickup. I can pick it up later. It does say they have it in stock on the app though, but for some reason they don't have it here. Maybe through the app they can gather everything for me, which will make it easier for me to load it into the van too. So I think I'm gonna do that instead of me carrying the board one at a time into the van. Just paid for it on the app, $1,184 for all the plywood. I don't know if it's gonna be enough for everything that we need to build the entire van with cabinetry and walls and the platform. I might need to pick up more depending, but let's start with this. I think I did a pretty good calculation. At least it's going to be 80-90% of everything that we need as far as plywood goes. With that, let me put this plywood back and I will wait for the email for the pickup when it's ready. In the meantime, I'm going to swing by ShopRite, pick up some grocery, pick up some food for Rena, and I'll wait for the email for me to come back. It's sort of been a running around day today. It's been more than 3 hours since I placed the order for the wood, and I haven't gotten the email yet to get the pickup. And so I'm gonna head back home. I actually went back already. I went to Lowe's to look for a nut for this circular saw because a nut is missing and it can't lock the height of the blade. So I came to Lowe's to check it out. They didn't have it at Home Depot either, so I might just have to order online. And so I'm heading back home now. We should be having dinner soon, and if Home Depot emails me later, then I will pick it up. I think they close at like 11, so I can always go back out. If not, then I will pick it up tomorrow. 今日煮咗咩湯？節瓜湯。節瓜湯。骨節瓜湯。係。豬骨。There's a pork bone soup right here. My mom made. 哇，煮咗好多餸嚟啊！哇。Some chicken thighs. Nice fish. This is 呢個係啲渣嚟㗎係咪？係啦，節瓜。And some vermicelli with veggies and shrimp. Oh, thank you. Okay. Say fun. So we got done with dinner, and it looks like we are not going to be getting the but the pickup of the plywood. It's already 9 o'clock and I haven't gotten an email, and the order status is still processing. So I think tomorrow will be when it's ready, hopefully, and then we can go pick up the wood to finish up everything we need to do and continue working on the next phase of the van, which is building cabinetry, which will be really fun. And sometimes I like to come down to the van after dinner just to look at the walls, the 4 walls, and plan out different things. And sometimes you got to be like visual, like, you know, it's like you see the space, what can you do with it? And I like to be down here. Now that the walls are somewhat done, you can kind of visualize a lot just by staring at it. And so I mentioned earlier in this video that I was going to talk about what our updated plans are for the changes of the van. As far as heating goes, we decided to go with a system I mentioned to you guys yesterday for hot water, an independent hot water tank that feeds off of the coolant of the van. Meaning, when the van is running, it has coolant, right? It heats up the coolant and it normally goes back and recycles to keep the engine nice and cool. What this tank does is I'm gonna tap into that coolant, run an additional wire or tube, the coolant tube, into the tank as a loop, and it goes back into the engine. So the hot coolant goes into the tank, heats up the tank, and returns back to the engine. That's how that water tank is gonna get heated up. They make these tanks in 4 gallons, 5 gallons, 6 gallons, and it's very well insulated. So even if the engine is not running, the tank, heated water in the tank can stay warm from what they say, like 2 to 4 days, depending on, I guess, the climate too. But we usually run our van pretty often, so, you know, driving it for like half an hour should be enough to heat up that entire tank, which is pretty awesome. So we don't have to have an additional heat source to get that water tank heated, just as long as we run our van, which is a pretty smart system, I would say. Originally, we were gonna go with a system called Aqua Hot, which is a furnace system. The system sips up diesel from the van, and there's a furnace inside, so it heats up hot water, and the hot water goes into the faucets, and that's how we get hot water. And it also is a 2-in-1 system where it also heats up the air, and it pushes out hot air for heating. So we decided to go with that hot water tank by itself, and then a separate furnace just for heating, for hot air. Same concept. It sips the diesel as the fuel source, heats it up, and pushes hot air out. It's the same system that we have for our old van. It's an independent system, and it doesn't take up a lot of diesel. It just sips it a little bit. And I think from what I read, could be wrong, but I think a 12-hour operation takes up like 1 gallon of fuel, diesel, which is really efficient. And so that's heating and hot water. And for cooking, I mentioned yesterday that we are leaning with a propane system, and I think that's going to be final. So originally we wanted to do an all-electric system using an induction cooktop and electric microwave and electric oven. And we actually sized our battery bank to operate all that. And it still works. But at the same time, because we're not adding that second alternator that I mentioned in previous videos, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to recharge our entire bank just by the solar panels and some alternator charger, because we're still going to add a smaller alternator charger from our stock alternator. And so we decided to add to propane as a secondary source because we love to cook, I love to cook, and I don't want to have to worry about running out of electricity because we use an induction cooktop. A propane tank, like the 20-pound, I think they're 20-pound, right? The regular barbecue kind. A 20-pound propane tank, I was checking with ChatGPT earlier. If I cook 30 minutes every single day on the high burner, I can use that tank, or I don't have to refill that tank for like 2 to 5 months, which is really good. And those tanks are super easy to replace and swap out. You can just take it out, go to like a Walmart or Home Depot and just swap it out, and that's that. So the downside of that is I need a separate space for it, which I think will be fine because we can put it underneath the sink. Because the stove that we're getting actually has an oven underneath it. So it's a 3-burner stove with an oven. We might not need the microwave. Maybe we'll still get a small microwave, but we don't need the microwave. So if you're talking about space-wise, we're removing something, but we're adding the propane tank. So it's everything in the van is more like a game of balance and pros and cons. There's never any like hard yeses. I mean, maybe some situations there are, but it's a balance of budget, having the right budget, having the right amount of space to fit everything that you need. And sometimes it's going to be a sacrifice of one thing to gain another. Just an overall give and take for pretty much everything. And so with that, it is going to be the best of both worlds, I think. We're going to have a good amount of battery. And in case we want to use induction, I think it will still, our battery system will still support it, but the propane is going to give me the unlimited fire that I want for cooking, which is going to be nice. But some might say that there's a bit of a danger with propane inside. And I know a lot of people also use propane and they put it inside. They basically build a airtight box for the propane with a exhaust on the bottom, because propane is heavier, and if there's some sort of leak, it goes to the bottom, and as long as there's a exhaust on the bottom, it can leak out to the bottom, which is the safest way to do it. And it's going to be in an airtight box. So, and there's going to be a CO detector inside, so in case there's a leak, we'll know right away. So that's that. It's going to be a propane system, and we're pretty much set on that. I'm actually really excited to have a oven, actual oven that you can bake anything in. Cookies, pizza, prime rib if I wanted to. It's going to be pretty nice to have an oven, so that's going to be in the van. And then we'll also have a DC to DC charger from the stock alternator. And it's gonna charge, it's not gonna be that crazy. What is it? It's gonna be about a 700 watt charge, like 60 amp on 12 volt. It's gonna get converted into 48 volts. So yeah, we'll have a bit of extra juice when we're driving our van. And then I am set on doing the solar tilt system. That's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have a roof rack. I just gotta find out how to lift the solar panels up to maximize the height of the solar and get the linear actuators to work. I'm pretty optimistic. Sometimes like when I find out I can do something, like learning about linear actuators and how they work, I immediately apply it to different things that we can use to make our lives a little bit more efficient and easier. So linear actuators it is for the tilting solar panels. So stay tuned to see how that turns out. But I'm not going to be able to work on that project until the roof rack arrives, which they said will be mid-September. So yeah, I'm not going to install the solar panels either. So I'm going to wait for that setup, which is going to be really nice. So that is the newest update with our layout. And yeah, I'm excited for the new changes. The propane system is going to be great. And the shower system is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a hidden shower, I mentioned. It's going to be underneath the stove. There's going to be a toilet in there, and it's going to be like a mini bathtub. So I'm designing that right now, and once I build a cabinet, then I can work on building that little tub, standing shower tub. So stay tuned for that as well. And next for us with the van build is really just waiting for some of the equipments to arrive. The water tank, fresh water tank is arriving, I think tomorrow. What else? I got a swivel seat that's going to be coming too. The other batteries are probably going to arrive in a few days. And it's important to get all the plans solidified, because I can't order anything without knowing what the plan is. And we've always been like back and forth with what we want to do. First with the batteries, then with the stove and the heat. But I'm glad that we sort of came to a conclusion on where we stand with everything. More or less, things can still change, but from where we stand right now, I think this is gonna be it. So I know some of you care, some of you don't, but hey, I'm sort of in it right now. This is like all I think about. Day in and day out, I think about how to build this van to the best possible way possible. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys want to keep following our DIY Sprinter van build, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when the new videos come out. And if you enjoy watching this video, smash that like button so that can spread out to more people. We really appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, and look. We got our mini reading light. The gooseneck. This is gonna go right here. Or right here.